We're live. Okay, let's do my skincare routine. Okay, dirty mirror, we'll deal with that. Also loud street noises. Is this gonna... Why is it doing that? So I'm just gonna quickly show you what I did. So if we go into my little nook here, basically after I wash my face, I use the Honest Beauty Vitamin C Radiance Serum. My brother put me on this and I've been putting on other people and inducting them into my cult. So if you know, you know. Then I use this, the Inkey List Q10 serum. It helps combat environmental damage, and my skin really likes this. It like soaks it up so well. And I put this on before I moisturize, so I'll show you what I use next for my moisturizer. I use this renewing salicylic acid lotion. So it's for extremely dry, rough, bumpy skin. I do have blackhead buildup or like sebum buildup from my oily skin, but you can't be fooled with my skin because it will be oily, but then it won't be. And it's a combination. So anyways, I really like this because it keeps it moisturized and hydrated throughout the day. But then like the active ingredients of salicylic acid, vitamin A really helps. And then the ceramides are always so good for your skin. And I usually just wash my face in the morning with the foaming facial cleanser. My absolute fave. So yeah, CeraVe, big ups. And then once I let my face kind of just like soak in the products, I'll go in with my Cetaphil Pro Oily Skin SPF Moisturizer. Love this. I've been using this since I was 18. And yeah, it's a slay. We love her. So I just wanted to show you guys my living room. I've been working on it a bit more since I've moved in. So yesterday my boyfriend helped me kind of do this like wall decoration situation. We're gonna add more things on this side, which is why it's kind of empty, as well as maybe perhaps at the bottom here, but this is kind of the look right now. Yeah, I'm really happy with it, and I think I'll give you guys a closer look. So my beloved boyfriend actually drew this Libra thing for me on Valentine's Day because I'm a Libra rising, sun and moon. I fluctuate between three. So I fluctuate for my rising between a Libra rising, a Virgo rising, and a Leo rising. Honestly, I feel like I embody all three depending on what mood I'm in. So, but anyways, yeah, so that's that. This was his. I really liked it. Just a little secret between you and I. His ex painted this. And you know what? Girl fucking had talent. So, you know, I loved it. And I was like, hell yeah, that's going in my apartment. What the hell? But anyways, yeah. So that's my evil eye. I have another one there. And then this, my boyfriend actually copped from a house that he was working at. They had some water damage or whatever, and he was like, okay, this is really cool, I'm gonna pick it up. And they were basically getting rid of everything in the apartment because of the water damage. There were a lot of apparently salvageable items, and this was one of them. And he was like, I'm gonna take this for my girlfriend. And like, it matches, you know, it matches the vibe. I have these beautiful, gorgeous, dark blue leather couches, and I also have like red pots here. I also have a red kind of area rug. These are some of our plants, a lot of wires because we were using HDMI cords and everything yesterday for our movie. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys that because that is something we worked on very recently. Okay, so the kitchen is a mess right now, but should I load the dishwasher? Why is my battery at 1%? What is the reason? Okay, I am going to do my dishes, perhaps even eat, do my makeup, and then we'll sit down and chat while my battery charges. And yeah, and then we'll talk. Hello everyone. I just finished recording a whole video of me talking, and it wasn't even recording. The segment that I filmed before now, or attempted to film before now, I was basically talking about morning routines and how I'm done with the notion that your morning routine has to be just like super disciplined and structured and consistent throughout every single day. I'm here to propose something that works for your body, that works for your menstrual cycle, that works for the moods that you're in the night before, the night prior, and how you show up in the morning. So basically the way I kind of set the scene was to talk about my morning routine and how I kind of go about it. So my morning routines kind of exist on a spectrum. So I have like my more disciplined morning routine for days that are very hectic, and I have like meetings planned, places to go, conferences to attend, etc. Versus my more basic, laxed blueprint morning routine, which is very like I have specific things that I always do. And then my more chaotic routine, which has like the baseline components of my like laxed morning routine, but it's like I really take my time. I don't feel the need to be structured or forced. Like I lose all sense of time in that chaotic morning routine. So yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about what it means to have your morning routine exist on a spectrum. Let's talk about my blueprint morning routine. I wake up, and I typically wake up around 7:40 or 9 a.m. So the reason why 7:40 is because I randomly put an alarm clock for 7:40 and I never took it off. But naturally, because of my circadian rhythm, I wake up at 9 a.m. So it really depends. If there's a morning where I'm just like, you know what, I feel like I'm energized, I got enough sleep, I'm gonna wake up at 7:40, then I wake up. If I feel like, nope, like I can afford myself another dream or two, then I will sleep until 9 a.m. So I wake up at 9 a.m. and I try not to scroll on my phone. Instead, I have a gratitude journal notification that pops up for the app, and I complete that. And I typically try to respond to friends and family texts, just so they know that I'm monitoring my texts, because I feel like I'm very bad at replying. And then I make my way to the washroom. I do my skincare, and I do my hair. I still don't do my makeup or anything. I let the products that I put on my face kind of just sit and soak in. Yeah, and then I like soak my hair in some water and oil and let that kind of soak in. And then I make my way into the living room and I boil some water and make a tea, a green tea. I used to drink a lot of coffee, but I would get the caffeine withdrawals, like with the headache and whatever, when I stopped drinking coffee. And I'm not a very consistent caffeine consumer. I feel like I definitely have days where I consume more caffeine than others, but with coffee specifically, what I didn't like is some days I would like be really consistent because out of routine I would drink coffee, and then the days that I stopped drinking coffee I would get headaches, and I dislike headaches so much. I think they just ruin the day, and I don't like taking Tylenol or ibuprofen. I just would rather, ultimately I would take medication if my body needs it, but I would rather just not. So anyways, going back to the green tea, I will boil water, have some green tea, and I sip, and typically I'll put on like a podcast on the TV or just on my Google Home speaker, and I'll sit and drink my tea. And then for a breakfast snack, The reason why I call it a breakfast snack is because I feel like it's not like a full typical breakfast that people should be eating, if you will. Again, I feel like everyone has different diet routines, not diet routines, but the way they consume foods. Like some people are keto, some people do intermittent fasting, some well, da-da-da. But for me, I like having a snack in the morning in the form of cereal and a PB&J sandwich or a smoothie. And that pretty much sustains me until lunch. So yeah, so I'll have a snack, watch the podcast, whatever. And then I light 3 sticks of incense. 3 sticks of incense. And I will walk around my apartment and deliberately say out loud what I'm grateful for and why. So I will, for example, I start in the corner of my kitchen. And in the corner of my kitchen, I have like a paper towel roll, some like cleaned dishes, whatever. And I'll say, I'm very grateful for this paper towel and all that it cleans. I'm grateful for the cleaned dishes and all the food it was able to plate the night before. And I would basically just make my way around the whole apartment and each room and yeah, just state that I'm grateful for that thing and why I'm grateful. And that really helps me just like get into like abundance mindset and just start my day with gratitude. Because I know myself, and it takes a lot of energy mentally out of you when you're scrolling on social media and you're trying to be inspired by other creatives. There's a sense of comparison that sets in each and every time subconsciously, whether I want it to or not. And for me, understanding that Hello. So it timed out when I was talking, so I'm just going to wrap it up. But basically what I was saying was when you start off the morning with gratitude, whether it's with the gratitude journal or just like, at least for me, going around my apartment and stating each and everything I'm grateful for, I don't know, it just like really helps to understand that I come from abundance, that I'm attracting abundance, and that it is all here and I don't need to compare and contrast. I'm grateful for every little thing that I have in my life and I'm not in a lack or scarcity mindset. So that's that. And then to kind of wrap up that portion of my morning routine, I will put on some sort of guided meditation, or I'll put on a morning rampage meditation by Abraham Hicks, or a body scan meditation by Dr. Joe Dispenza, where we kind of focus on the different energy centers. I make my bed. That's another thing that I like to do. And then I get dressed for the day, and then that's pretty much it. But again, my morning routine exists on a spectrum. On days, like I said, like I mentioned before, if I have a meeting to attend, or I have to go to the lab, or I have to go to a conference, or whatever the case is, or if I'm having a busy day going out with my boyfriend or friends or whatever, then I'll stick to a rigid morning routine because it allows me to kind of get pumped up for the day. When you start the day with productivity, it ends up being more productive. So kind of from that intention, it's really helpful. But then I also know that you don't have to always be productive to stay winning or successful, whatever your idea of success is. And that's a great segue into basically talking about my more chaotic morning routine, where I don't really have a sense of time that I'm following. I will just like, some days, like I'll just start off with doing my meditation and then like I'll eat last in my morning routine, or I'll do my skincare last. Like there's really no like structure, but I still have the basic components of what I do in my regular routine. But ultimately my message for young women and girls and anyone that's in their phase of like kind of just like understanding what it means to be productive, you're not going to always have consistent productive days and consistent productive morning routines. You'll have the basic components of things that you want to fulfill. as your morning routine, but don't self-identify with just being a productive morning person like that. Allow yourself to kind of flow with your menstrual cycle and also like how you're feeling that day. It doesn't necessarily have to be tied to your menstrual cycle, but I find that the more understanding we are of our bodies and our mental moods and our emotions, and we kind of cater our environment to work for us instead of us working for it, we just see an improvement in mood. You're able to kind of, you know, give yourself the care and the need in order to be a better person for your environment and the people around you. So from that perspective, honor your body, find what works for you, and just stick to it and make it work for you instead of you working for it. Anyways, I hope that was informative. I am now gonna get ready and start my day. Okay, also quickly, I just wanted to talk about my jewelry situation. I'm really loving green lately. I was going for a matcha latte color, but they didn't have that at the nail salon, so I got this like very beautiful like darkish sage color. And these rings are from Noir Kala. I have a 15% discount code if you want. Their jewelry is amazing. It's handcrafted and it is from Rajasthan, India, and it is a local Montreal based jewelry company. And then this one my very dear friend Fatin gave me. She also makes YouTube videos, so please check her out. And she has TikTok. I love her TikToks. I've been mixing metals, I know, but this my sister gave me when I graduated from my undergrad program. It's just a butterfly. It's from Swarovski. And this is a necklace that my friend Andrea made. Just love how the charms kind of sit. And then I have these Noir Kala earrings. Again, 15% off code in the description box below. These are my favorite earrings ever. Like, I had my go-to ones that I used to wear before, but now I wear these, and yeah, I love it. It timed out again. I'm still understanding how this vlogging situation works. But yeah, I got these off the Facebook Marketplace. This is more like a rigid kind of gold. It's like a pipe almost. It's hollow, but I added this evil eye bead to it because I think it's, you know, we don't want any nazar. And yeah, and then this really cool delicate gold chain, which I think just like sticks to my skin really nicely. And that is pretty much it for the jewelry showcase, you know? Thank you. Oh yeah, and then I have this anklet, which I feel like you'll be here. There's the anklet. Anyways, I love you guys. Okay, so I'm going to make a pre-workout snack. Very quickly, I just added some Tostito chips. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of marinara sauce on top, and then some hot cheese, and then some salsa. I would not do this. Usually I would just have a bowl of guacamole that I made on the side, fresh guacamole. But because I don't have any avocados and I'm not gonna get some today, I'm just going to do this concoction and see how it turns out. I'm gonna heat this up. And now I'm gonna drizzle some cold salsa. Okay, taste test. The marinara was a good idea. The cold salsa, I really like that. There are portions of the tortilla chips that are a bit soggy. but it's good. For what it's worth, 10 out of 10.